Hello guys, welcome to Camo Based channel. Now we are about to make a Zara cap. You first of all bring your Maco or your leather. You can do it with Maco or leather. Now measure out the length of the leather. You can see I'm using the leather. I will measure out. Make sure your leather is smaller than your cloth. Now you measure it out like about the leather should be about 14 inches. Then the cloth itself should be about 17 inches. Then the width of the cloth should be about 12 inches. Then you fold. When you fold, you make sure the edge is not showing. Then you fold it together. You stitch. Either use your gum or use your hot wire and needle or use your machine. So me, I'm going to be using machine to stitch my own. You can see as I'm stitching it now. I'm stitching it now. After stitching with machine, we are going to cut out the SS. Now when you cut out the SS in the band that you have made with, remember we said that what is here now is our Maco or use your leather. Then the material you are using, you measure it out, cut it out to the shape of head. Now you do what? You stitch. After stitching, then you have to cut out the excess in it. Now after that, you have to measure the size of the cap. That is the base of the cap. Now you measure out the round measurement you will use and cover the cap. After that, you do what? You mark it and do what? Cut it out. You mark them and cut them out. After marking them and after cutting them out, you're going to use it and cover that your base. You can see it, I ticked them out and I'm cutting it out now. I'm going to be using it for this base now that I have stitched. I'll use it for the base that I've done. Then after that, now I'll use my gum. Use gum. If you can stitch, you can still stitch it, but I prefer using gum to do my own because I'm still teaching those that maybe you don't know how. Some persons don't know how to handle the machine, but if you know how to handle the machine, you can still stitch it at the edge, the tips of that. You can see now I'm using my gum. You rub the gum round, then you make sure that the gum touched everywhere. You can use your shoemaker gum. Remember, if you did not gum, you will first of all gum it before you stitch. If you did not gum it, that means your work will not appear neat. So you have to gum it first. Even if you want to stitch, you have to gum it first. Then after that, now you place your gum again in the front of that, the one where your head will enter, that place that your head will enter. You place gum at the surface of that place. After placing gum there, You make sure that the gum you are placing is really having glue inside, like can be able to hold what you are going to put there. Now you can gum stir your material, the one you are going to put on top. You can gum stir, is not a must, or you can leave it like that depending on what you want. But this one now, I did not put gum stir. I'm using it because it's a dry material. It already has a starch. It's having starch on its own, so I don't have to put gum stir again. Then I'll start covering. You can see now I'm covering it. I'm covering it now. You make everything to appear smooth and neat. Smooth and neat. You cover your base now with the round measurements of that base you've measured out. Now after covering it, you measure out, you cut out the excess, then measure out what you use a plastic something and measure round something and measure out what you will use and do your rows. This is how I do my rows, how I do my tie, or whatever you can call it, but I do call my own either rows or tie. You can see my tie, I've made it, I'm placing it. I put this thing brooch, and I'm stitching it in between the base. Now you can see my work is done. I'm sure you can see the